Hello, so you've watched a few lessons with my colleague, Miss Willis, and she talked a lot in detail about prime factorization. One of the things that I want to touch upon now that you understand prime factorization and factoring numbers using a factor tree is exponents. Exponents are a way to write things a little quicker and easier. Just like when you add, it takes a little longer to do 2 plus 2 plus 2, but 2 times 3 is quicker. So this helps us to sort numbers when we start getting into bigger numbers. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the number 72. If I wanted to take 72 and do prime factorization, I would do a factor tree. So I would think what two numbers, and it would be 8 and 9, and then 8 breaks down into 2 and 4 breaks down into 2 and 2. And now we're done with that because we have all prime numbers. And then 9 breaks into 3 and 3. Now, if I was to circle what numbers we're left with 72 equals 2 times, I'll use the dot, 2 times 2 times 3 times 3, right? So we can write all of that out every time, or we can do something that's called exponents, and we use powers. So when we do exponents, we have a base number. The base number is the number that we have multiple times. So here I have 2, and I see 2 3 different times. So the number I'm talking about is 2, so that's my base. And how many times do I see the number 2? 1, 2, 3 times. So you put 3 here. That 3 is the exponent. So we know whenever we see 2, and we can say to the third power, we could say 2 cubed. We know that whenever we do it, we're going to do 2 3 different times, and that's how it breaks out. Now, I also see here 3. So 3 is my base number, and I see it twice. So that 2 is my exponent. So I do 2 to the third power times 3 to the second power is also going to give me 72. And this again would break into 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. Okay, so that just shows you how you're going to use exponents. It's not that hard, but you just have to get into the practice of it. So if I was to have the number 3 to the 5th, I know that I would just take 1, 2, and you don't have to do the arrows, I'm just doing that to help you, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which matches this number up here. So 3 to the 5th is the same as 3 to the 5th. So you just say 5th power. And it's almost like when you line up for lunch, it's first place, second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place. That's the same way you'd read it, 3 to the 5th. Okay? And that should cover what exponents look like. And you might be asked to condense certain things, or you might be asked to actually take them and expand them. So if I said, and I'm going to do one more option, if I said to you 5 times 5 times 5 times 11 times 11 times 2 times 2 times 2, you might be like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of multiplying. But actually, I would take all these, and I'd say I see the number 5, I see it 3 times, I see the number 11, I see it 2 times, I see the number 2, I see it 3 times, and that's the same thing. So that just condenses it. Remember, the base number's here, and the exponent flies through the top. And I always remember exponent is like when you're in a building, what do you look up and see? The exit sign. So the exponent is up top. Okay? All right. Well, have fun. See you next time. Bye.